In this video, I want to show you a smarter way to turn your long-form content into attention-grabbing short clips that actually get people to click, follow, and DM, all without burning your time or your budget. I'm going to walk you through a specific workflow I used to promote a high-end golf simulator bar, showing exactly how I moved from initial planning to a finished set of high-performing ads. We are going to explore why Vizard makes the whole repurposing process significantly easier than juggling a dozen disconnected tools. Alright, first things first, you need to deeply understand your business and your target audience. For that golf place, I was thinking about guys in their late 20s to mid-30s who want to level up their weekend plans. They are confident, social, and care about vibes way more than they care about a stiff, formal golf course. Once you lock in that specific persona, everything else becomes a lot easier. The look, the voice, and the hooks. Step 1 is all about concept and visual direction. So I usually start in ChatGPT to brainstorm both an image prompt and the script outline. For the golf bar example, I asked for a realistic guy in his early 30s with a well-groomed beard, wearing a casual stylish fit and a backwards cap. That prompt gave me the character and the vibe, which I then used as the reference for everything from thumbnails and avatar mockups to thumbnail text styles. Step 2 is focused on voice and tone, where I use tools like 11 Labs when I need a clean, neutral read to test pacing, inflection, and length. 11 Labs is solid for natural-sounding voices, but a quick heads up. Sometimes the emotional nuances are hit or miss. You can easily spend too much time tweaking voices that still feel slightly robotic, which is the last thing you want. Also, if you want to iterate a lot, the cost can really add up because some platforms charge per export or use credits for every single revision. That can be extremely annoying when you are just trying to test 3 different takes to see which one sticks. Step 3 is the editing and repurposing phase, which is where most creators miss out on efficiency. You could try stitching everything together manually or use an AI video builder that charges credits every time you make a change. I tested Hedra to stitch an AI character into a scene, and while it did a good job with movement and background, it consumed a ton of credits. I couldn't iterate without eating more of my balance, and the lack of easy, free revisions meant I was way too cautious to be truly experimental. This is where we enter Vizard, which is where the real magic happens for creators who have long videos and need dozens of shorts. Instead of rebuilding or re-rendering every version, Vizard does 3 key things that save real time and make your content much more scalable. First, it auto-edits viral clips by analyzing your long video and finding the parts most likely to perform, like the best hooks and punchlines. It auto-generates ready-to-post clips with captioning and aspect ratio variants, so you don't have to touch a single setting. Second, it handles the scheduling by letting you set a posting frequency so the AI spaces out clips automatically. This means your channels stay active consistently without you having to babysit a content scheduler every single morning. Third, it provides a full content calendar where you can plan, tweak, and publish from one centralized place. This removes the headache of juggling hundreds of files, messy spreadsheets, or complex multi-platform upload flows. Does this sound like an ad? I promise it is not. It is just how I actually use the software to drastically reduce my creative friction. Let me give you a concrete example using that golf bar promo I mentioned earlier. I had one 6-minute walkthrough video where the owner shows the space, the menu, and a few quick swings. Instead of trying to create a single 45-second ad from scratch, I uploaded the full raw video file directly to Vizard. The AI instantly pulled out 12 potential clips, including a 12-second hook about free sim time and a 20-second social proof clip of friends high-fiving. It also found a 15-second vibe clip with music and neon lights, and a 30-second offer clip that specifically mentions the Tuesday and Wednesday promos. What I really like is the variety the AI suggests, because one long take can become a massive batch of clips with different hooks. Some clips emphasize the offer, others focus on the atmosphere, and some highlight the exclusivity of the venue. Each clip automatically gets captioning and the correct cropping for feed, story, and reels, which saves a massive amount of time in the editing booth. Let's do a quick comparison. Why not just use Hedra or other AI builders? Hedra was great for generating a custom AI presenter in motion, but the credits get eaten extremely quickly, especially if you want revisions. That means you either have to accept the first take as it is, or pay more money just to tweak it, which really hurts the creative process. The workflow felt like building single assets rather than creating a systematic content machine, so if I wanted 20 variants, it was incredibly clumsy. Also, some character animations looked like they were holding invisible props, which is cool for a niche use case, but not ideal for ad testing where clarity is king. 11 Labs is excellent for voice reads, but when you layer it into the rest of the pipeline, you still need an editor to chop and caption the clip. That is exactly where Vizard shines, because I can either upload the 11 Labs audio or just use the video's native audio. Vizard's auto-editing will match the clip to the audio and automatically generate captions and pacing that perfectly suit social media platforms. Okay, let me walk you through the exact steps I used so you can do this yourself. First, upload the full long-form video to Vizard and keep it raw. Don't do any trimming yet, just give it everything. Second, let the auto-edit run and pick the recommended clips. I usually select 8 to 12 to start. The AI tends to find the best hooks, but I often toggle the threshold to include more or fewer emotional or high-energy moments. Third, review each clip to tweak the headline text, swap the thumbnail frame, and adjust the captioning style to make it bold. You can also change the aspect ratio if you want to prioritize reels or stories to fit the platform perfectly. Fourth, duplicate the top-performing clips and experiment with small variants, like different opening captions or different music choices. Vizard makes duplication and variant creation extremely fast, which is a game changer for split testing your ads. Fifth, use the content calendar to schedule these posts across the week for a steady stream of traffic. I usually choose a cadence like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, plus a weekend push if the venue is nightlife focused. Sixth, publish directly or export. Vizard can push to social so you don't have to manually upload every file. That saves a huge amount of time and keeps everything organized in the calendar for analytics later. Here are a few creative tips for better performance. Always lead with the hook in the first 2 to 3 seconds. Vizard's auto-detection usually nails this, but if your original long video had a slow start, just trim to the first reaction or the first bold claim. Also make 3 CTA versions, a soft learn more, a medium book now, and an aggressive limited spots act fast. Let the captions do the heavy lifting because many people watch on mute, and captions that emphasize the hook will definitely boost your retention. Finally, batch your tests. Don't try to optimize every single clip after one day. Just run 3 to 5 clips for a week and then optimize based on real data. Now, for a sample short script I used, this is the quick 30 to 45 second version you could pull from the same footage. You could hit the same old bar this weekend with loud music and sticky floors, or you could level up your night out. Welcome to Manor Golf, where the night meets the course, and you can bring your crew to enjoy private simulator bays and bottle service. The vibe actually feels premium, and on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the golf is on us if you book with bottle service. Ditch the pub, book a bay, and make your night swing different this week. That is conversational and not like a commercial read, so you can easily chop it into 2 different clips, a vibe clip and an offer clip. Final thoughts on ROI. The reason Vizard is worth testing is that it turns one piece of content into a machine that keeps producing. Instead of paying credits to recreate assets every time you want a slight change, you get a system to test multiple hooks and keep your channels active. So yeah, use ChatGPT to nail your persona, use a voice tool if you need a clean read, and then hand the heavy lifting to Vizard. That combination keeps your creative control while removing all the logistical headaches that usually slow you down. If you want to try it, start with one long video and aim to extract 8 to 12 clips to test your audience. Test a mix of hook first and vibe first formats, schedule them over 2 weeks, and then double down on the top 2 that get the best watch time. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and share your own experiments in the comments. If you have already used Vizard or tried a similar workflow with other tools, tell me what worked and what didn't. I am always swapping tips. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.